Now you should be able to hear me. And if I switch the camera, that's still on. And if I switch it there, it's on. So hopefully you can hear me now. But for whatever reason, I was not able to get your comments to come up, which is horrible. All right, but we're just going to go through it because I got mommy duties to do in about 40 minutes. But if you stuck around for this first 2 minutes with me figuring out what the heck is going on, you are the real MVP. So what we are doing is we are cutting 2 batches of soap that we made last night. I can hear you now. Thank you. We're cutting up the 2 batches that we made last night. My aunt is coming to pick up her shower steamers. However, I still have to do the lavender shower steamers. Right? So this is what the shower steamers actually look like. And because she is getting all 3, we have grapefruit, we're making the lavender, and then we also have peppermint. So, hi from Alabama. How are you on the YouTube side? Very good to see you. So, I'm going to apologize in advance because we're on Wi-Fi with the camera and I may need to go wired. So, if we have a little bit of sputtering on this video, I will change the way that the videos are coming across. So, last night, I just felt like making another batch of soap, and what we're going to do is we're going to cut it so you all will get a chance to see that, but then we'll quickly make a batch of about 18 shower steamers. And if you have never used a shower steamer or don't know what a shower steamer is used for, it's kind of like a bath bomb, but it's different in that you are able to use it in the shower. So when you go into the shower, you put the shower steamer at the back of the shower and you let the water kind of hit it, but not just constantly running. And what it'll do is it will release a really nice aroma while you're in the shower. So depending on the mood you're in and what you're trying to do, if you want to relax, you would use the lavender shower steamer. If you need that kick me up, wake me up in the morning kind of an experience, then you would use the grapefruit and orange blast, or grapefruit and lemon. So what we are going to do before we do that shower steamer is, because it does get messy, I'm going to cut the soap first. I'll take you over to the Cure Cam so you can see. But hopefully, let me see, is my hand in the right spot? Hopefully what you can see here, join our soap squad. It's a text soap squad. I know sometimes when things are happening here on social media, you don't get the announcements. When we have a new drop, you don't get the announcements. We will be able to text you. So if you want to join the soap squad, text SOAP TV to 267-249-4550. And then whenever we have any announcements, we'll send it directly to your phone, and then you'll also get exclusive coupons and deals for any technology that we have going on, as well as the products. So you do want to be on the soap squad, so make sure you text SOAP TV to 267-249-4550. And I do have a QR code. So let me go ahead and switch you over to this scene here, so that way you'll be able to see what it looks like when we cut the soap. So this soap is scented with a, where's my scent here? This one was a black cherry and Merlot fragrance oil. This one is not an essential oil, right? So because it's not an essential oil, we can't call this 100% natural. This would be about 95% natural. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to just put it in our multi-bar cutter, and then that way we'll get the individual slices, and then we can get right into making the shower steamers. So what we do is we just line it up on here. This one you can see is a little shorter than the larger mold that we were doing, because it's 1 bar less than what we get with the other one. So then what we do is we just pull this down. I should have turned it to the side because we have the salt on the top, but I've already made an indentation here. But what will happen is that salt may possibly drag through on the bar. So we typically want to cut that last, or we want to cut it on its side so it doesn't get a chance to drag through. All right, so that went through, and then what we do is we just take it out and we get to look inside and see what it looks like from that perspective there. So I'm hoping that you all can see that. I'm going to put that on our cure cart over here so that we can roll it on over to the cure cam and you'll be able to see that. So that's what the inside of those looks like as well. And it smells really, really good. If you like a sweet smell, there is also pink Himalayan sea salt that looks like it wants to come off. I probably didn't push it down enough into the soap while it was curing. But it has just a little hint of the pink Himalayan sea salt right on the top. So we're going to get those all cut, and then we're going to move forward with the shower steamers. But that's really pretty. I'm hoping that it comes across on the video and we don't have too much sputtering. Let me see, let's keep going there. And so again, each bar looks a little bit different, but still kind of similar. And that's those there. And that side. And if you are commenting, sometimes I can't see them. I see that Marlene was here. I see the lady Imella over there on the YouTube side. Thank you for watching. And I don't want this to be clickbait, so I'm going to make sure we get to the shower steamer so you can see just how easy they are to make. And then the most important thing, aside from making them, using them, how you can just kind of take your shower up a notch. All right, so let's get the other loaf. We did 2 loaves of that. Here's the second one. And this one we used our wooden molds for because we had a smaller batch of soap. This was about 5 pounds. And Nyla is the pro at lining our molds when we don't have the silicone liners. I took it upstairs to her and she just lines it perfectly. Now when I line the mold, it kind of has like all kinds of indentations because I'm not as smooth as she is when it comes to doing it. Oh, that might be off camera. You can't see. And as you can see, this one is a lot easier to manipulate because it's not 30 pounds. This is the size that I really love working with because I can get her done and keep it moving. Put our batch right in there. Slide her down. And then push through. See? And you have your bars right there on the inside. And I'm trying to move quickly again because I have mommy duties that are due to kick off pretty soon. That's that one. And that pink is like, I normally try not to do a whole lot of bright colors, but sometimes, especially with this particular smell, we do want that to come through. And then look at that. Lord of mercy. Here's the other 2. And then the last 3 here. Little cuties. All right, so as the title said, we are also going to be doing shower steamers. I had talked about it on the other broadcast, telling my aunt that hers were ready. And then you all started texting saying, hey, how do you make a shower steamer? What's a shower steamer used for? So what we're going to do is actually show you how we go about making them. And I'll switch it back over. Boom. Okay. All right, so hopefully the sound is okay. You all can see me okay. If you can't, let me know in the chat so then that way I can fix it if it goes a little wonky. All right, so now this has all of my dry ingredients already mixed and measured. However, I do need to sift them to ensure that I don't have any chunks, and every single one is going to be identical in weight. I do use a press, this press right here. I like this one for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's not super loud. And that was particularly more important when I was in the house. But then when you consider that you are live streaming, you don't necessarily, you don't want that really loud sound of a pneumatic press kind of going down every single time. So I really like to use this particular press because it allows me to still get the work done. And typically if I'm not live streaming, hey, you love my business. Well, I'm glad you are here and thank you for creating such an amazing product. You're going to be a really big part of Soap Nation, by the way. But I digress. So this is the press that we are going to use. It is an Electra-Press. It comes in all the pretty colors. I've got the Tiffany green one here. But we are going to be doing shower steamers in kind of a hexagon shape. Hey there, Lorraine. How are you? Hello. How is the sound? Is it, or how is the video? Are you seeing any sputtering or pauses? Because I can't tell. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of quickly use all of our dry ingredients and put them through a strainer just so we don't have any chunks. Once we do that, we'll add the dry ingredients and we'll start to go ahead. Are they expensive? They are not. It's perfect. Fantastic. Now you guys can, because I was worried that it was acting a fool because, you know, when you don't do something for a while, it just starts being weird, right? So getting back in, I'm getting my live streaming legs back under me after quite some time. And so hearing you all say that the sound is good and the video is not sputtering. It was doing it on the other tools. I'm going to write into their support and let them know. These are not expensive. They're more expensive than a regular press, but they're like if you were to just buy the molds and press them together. But you're going to see how quickly we are able to run through them. I think they're about $400 some odd. I'm not sure. Did you say the maker was on the feed? No, not that maker. That's another maker, I should say. But I can't reveal that for another 5 days before we get there. Now, before I do that, we do need to head over to the Cure Cam because I do need this particular tray to be able to keep going. So hopefully you guys will see when we head over here. And then I will just, hey, what I'll do is I will load these up here so that then I'll have space. And this is also probably wasting quite a bit of time. Gotta keep going with the time. I'm sorry I can't see your comments right now because I'm nowhere near the pita. Pita smuta. Alright, so let's go here. Put these up. But someone asked, was the press expensive? In comparison to a lot of the other big box presses, it is very inexpensive, but they have just as many molds, so your mold prices are less. And then again, like I said, with that sound, if you are live streaming with your business, you can't have this really loud press going in the background because people can't hear what you're saying. So I like it for that reason, and I can show you the versatility all of the different molds that they have. That's really cool. So we'll get those up there. We have 2 more batches of 30-pound soap that we have to make. Triple butter blend is coming up next. And then after triple butter blend will be peppermint, and those shelves will be full. And we should have some baker's racks coming in the meantime and in between time. So I'll go ahead and switch you guys back here. Let me see what's happening on the chat if I missed it. Hi, Krisha, how are you? All right, so stop running our mouth, right? And did I change my gloves already? Guys, did I switch my gloves out, or are these the same soap ones? Does anybody know? Did anybody watch me do that? I feel like I did it. I feel like I switched them. Well, here's how you handle that. Instead of wasting them, we're gonna squirt them with 90% alcohol and wipe them down. How about that? Cash me outside. How about that? All right, so you use your recipe, and it's very similar to cooking in that you always mix your dry ingredients before you add your wet ingredients. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these, and another reason I like to use the sifter is it helps to ensure that all of the ingredients are incorporated. So in here we have your typical baking soda, we have some citric acid, and we also have kaolin clay as well as cornstarch. And we just kind of sift that through, and then we just keep adding. So when you measure them all out, they kind of stay separated. And when they're separated, they're not necessarily blended and incorporated. So I do like sifting them through together. And I have some chunks of citric acid in there, so I kind of take them and break them up. Now, this doesn't have like SLSA because you don't need that. You're not sitting in the tub. It's not really for a bubble reaction. It's more for the aromatherapy in the shower. So it really turns your bathing experience into truly that, a luxurious bathing experience. So I was kind of excited that my aunt asked me to make them because they're just, I like having them, but the fact that she knew what it was pretty cool. So then I just kind of take my hand and sift it through and move around because we don't want all of that going all up in our throat. If this had SLSA in it, I would be in here coughing and everything else. But this does not have that. It's just really fine powder. And you really should, if you are asthmatic or anything like that, you should really try to wear a mask. But, you know, I don't have that. And I do have construction people working outside, so you may have someone come in and say, Ms. Zakia, we're done. All right, so I'm just almost done, guys. This is the most time-consuming part, but this can also be the therapeutic part as you are breaking everything up and allowing it to go through. And if you are just joining, make sure that you do join us on the Soap TV texting squad. I'll put the number back up in a moment, and I'll also put it in the description. But you can text Soap TV, and what will happen is you'll get exclusive offers. You'll know about new technology we have available. And then, of course, when we go live, because these social media platforms just are not loyal. They will not give you notifications. You have to kind of just be sitting up on social media in order to know that someone is live. And so you all are a part of Soap Nation, so you should want to be in the Soap Squad. And I'll put that number up as soon as we get this last little bit blended. I'm not going to worry about those last little chunks. I'm going to let them live. All right. Let me bring this over so you can actually see what is inside of the bowl. So this is how it looks once you have got it through the strainer. You see that? It's a really nice, no chunks, no bumps, no lumps. Now to that, we are going to add some menthol crystals, which seem to need to be melted again. So give me like 2 seconds. We're also going to add some alcohol as well as the essential oil. Now this one is a triple blend of lavender. I'm really excited about it. I'm not normally a lavender fan per se, but this one has a combination of French lavender, Bulgarian lavender, and 4042 lavender. So those three together. I'm live streaming. What you need?
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine. I told them. I warned them that somebody's gonna come in. Hey, there's that kid. We done. You finished? All right. So what we did was I just put this back in the microwave for just a second to make sure that those menthol crystals actually evaporate within the alcohol. Now hopefully you guys can see that. Can you all see that? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just pour that in like so. It is not going to cause a reaction. Then I just kind of use my hand and blend it together, and I'm going to pour again with the remainder. Oh, I don't know if you've ever smelled menthol crystals, but they are not to be played with. Do you understand? It's like boom, right in your nose. Now I always do that first before I add the essential oil in, because I want to give it a chance to kind of get wet or moisturized enough. And now what I'll do is I'll go ahead and add in our essential oil. And again, this is those 3 different lavenders that will create such a relaxing experience. Oh my gosh. And then you mix that with the menthol. It's like an amazing combination. So when that water hits it in the shower, it just releases such an incredible experience while you are in the shower. And we got a scrapey. By the way, this jar that you see me using, I got this from Marlene at Molly's Bath Supplies. But it's really useful when you're measuring out small amounts of essential oil, because you just kind of have them. You can put a lid on it, set it, and forget it until you're ready to use it. Now, I would use a blender for this, but again, I kind of like the therapeutic action of making a product by hand. So that kneading it and making sure that those ingredients are well incorporated together, you can do that with your hands. And then you can kind of eyeball that everything is mixing together. Try not to knock it all out of the bowl. Thanks, Krisha. I hadn't tried it before, but when you smell it, it's like they complement each other in a way, so nothing's really overpowering. Okay. All right, and again, you always do the little test to see if it's going to hold its shape. This is holding its shape, so I am happy with that. So let's go ahead and grab the press, and let me bring you this way. So with this press, there is like a little button that allows you to go up and down. Now, it helps to actually have it plugged in because it's an electric press, not like power press. You have to have some electricity with it. Hold on 1 second, let me plug it in. So with a click of a button, this one right here, this moves it up and down. See that? So instead of you constantly having to push, you don't have to do that. All right. So now what we do is we simply put the mold in. I recognize the containers. Marlene's are great for EOs and fragrance oils. Never have to worry about melting plastics. Exactly. Now, let me show you overhead really quickly so you can see this. So this mold that we're using is a hexagon shape. So there's a couple of pieces to it. There's the actual mold that the stuff is going to go into. Then I have this bottom piece, which is going to allow me to push it out once it's been pressed, because you have some very high pressure pushing down on it. Then we have the bottom part of the mold, the top part of the mold, and then this is going to sit at the bottom so that it'll push it out. No, that's not really a great way of describing it, but you'll get the gist of it once we get started. So what we do is we take the mixture, and you want to fill it. And I do kind of fill mine pretty heavy. And you don't want to have it like packed solid because you don't want it to break, but you don't want it super loose because you do want it to be able to hold its form. So it's kind of a feel for what you want, but it's not too difficult. Then you put your little top piece on. I'll switch you guys back so you can see this here. Then we put this bottom piece underneath because that's what's going to push down with the pressure. You slide that underneath the mold like so, and then I'm going to press this button down. Why is my cord like that? You hear that? That's like, okay, Zakia, no mas, no mas. So you can't hurt yourself. Just make sure that you don't have any fingers. I always have to be careful around little Miss Page whenever this thing is on because her fingers go so quickly. You don't want to have your fingers anywhere in this area. Then we lift it up, we press it up, and then I just push off any of the excess. Hi, Dawn, how are you? Laura, welcome back. Or was that Lorraine here earlier? And then I push it out from this side. I kind of let the pieces go in. Let's bring you guys back overhead so you can see. Let me see, yeah. So it kind of gives you that shape of a diamond, if you will, right? And then I just flip it over, take this side off. Hopefully you all can see that. And we have a perfect shower steamer. And I typically will let these dry for about an hour to 2 hours before I package them. The reason I package them so quickly is we don't want moisture starting to attack them. So putting them in plastic really quickly allows me to make sure that they maintain that nice shape the entire time. So again, I'm just filling this, kind of wiping it off a bit, pack a little bit more. And did you hear how quiet? Well, the microphone is right next to it. But in comparison to other machines, and I'll show you some of the molds that I have so that you can really express yourself with them, or you can kind of personalize what it is that you make with it. And we'll go ahead and press again. And then pull it up. Now, if you just want to give it for good measure, another pump. There you go. Pull it back up. And then what you do is you push off. And when you push off, any of the excess that you have, you just swipe it off and you're going to use it for the next shower steamer. How can I get some of that good soap sent to North Carolina? You're going to go to buyzakia.com, not Expedia. And we do ship worldwide, Dawn. We ship worldwide. And so here is the other one that we have now taken out of the mold. Now, if I wasn't running my mouth, which I tend to do on these live streams, we would go through these a lot quicker. But as you can see, I am getting consistency with every single shower steamer. And this is one of those kind of treats that you have for yourself after a long day at work, or you just want to relax, or anything like that. A shower steamer will do it. Like, I know some people absolutely love their baths, but some people don't have time for a bath. But there's no reason why you can't have a little bit of luxury in there, right? So throw a shower steamer in. So I'm going to put this top on, push that down. I'll take this bottom piece. This bottom piece here is what we are trying to apply the pressure for so that it will give us the shape of the mold. We slide it underneath, press our little button, come up. Want to give it a double push, boom, boom. There you go. And then push her out. And like that, you've got yourself some pretty amazing shower steamers. See? And it's the same on both sides. It doesn't break apart or anything like that. Again, you do want to allow it to harden for about 3-4 hours. It doesn't need more than that. But you just, the trick to it is making sure that your recipe isn't too wet, right? It has to be a good blend of both your dry ingredients and your wet ingredients. And let's just say that I am feeling amazing because I'm sitting over here inhaling all this lavender love. All of this lavender love is going down right now. We make it look easy, Dawn. All right, so now we take this part here, stick her on, put the bottom piece on again, and this will be the last one I do, and then I'll show you how they are packaged. Up, down again, just because. Push her out. Scrapey, scrapey. And there's the last one. Now, I really didn't time this correctly because you really want to kind of get them done in a setting. But let's say you have to go. You can't stick around like me right now. I have to do mom runs. And if you're a mom, you know what I'm talking about. Something else needs my attention, aka Paige. So what you can do, just to try and keep that moisture in, you want to cover it so that no additional moisture can get in and none can get out. But if you come back and it's not the right consistency, just add a little more alcohol to it so that it gets back to the consistency that you need. And then keep on pressing. All right, let's grab this. Grab our foil. Cover her up. And then I think I showed you the tab, but the way they end up being packaged, we put 2 in a pack. Gotta remember which camera. I'm on that one. So we put them in a 2-pack like this, so both of them are there. This does sit up nicely, right? I'm gonna put it on something that's not flat, on a flat surface, so you could have it in your shower. Just make sure that you leave it sealed the entire time because you don't want moisture to get in there because that's what's releasing the aromatherapy. When you are ready to use it, put it at the back of your shower. Get it nice and hot where you got that steam coming, and that steam is going to take on the elements of the shower steamer, being those essential oils that were put in there. So if you have a lavender one, get ready to relax. If you have the grapefruit and lemon, get ready to be perked up. If you have the peppermint one, clear your sinuses right out. So that is what we're doing in terms of the shower steamers. I am Zakia Ringgold of Live Soap School, Natural Soap by Zakia, Virtual Experience Design Agency, and I am going to remind you all to make sure that you, did I delete it? Yeah, I hope I didn't. Text Soap TV to, is it that way? Yeah, to 267-249-4550. As we update the new products on the website, we will text you. We're not going to text you all crazy because don't nobody like just getting random texts, right? But if we're about to go live, there's a new product or an exclusive discount code because you're a part of the Soap Squad. By joining here on Soap TV, we will be able to keep you informed and updated. So now it is 1:45. I'm about to do that Mama Dash. Thank you all for joining me live. I'm Zakia, and thank you for joining us for Lunch and Lather. What? Lunch and Lather. All right, guys. See you later. Zakia, have you had any luck finding the magazine I want to tell me later, please, and thank you, with Miss Patty? I have found it. Hey, Tara. Sorry, guys. I missed your comments. But no, I do got to run. If I could figure out